Hey guys, James O'Hare here. Wow, I'm not ready to do this video. So I just wanted to make a video to update you guys on what's going on as best as I can. First of all, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas down here in Australia, and I'm pretty sure it's Christmas everywhere around the world. So Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are spending time with your friends and family. Any way you can. And yeah, so today I'm just going to update you guys on what's going on and why I've been away for about 3 months. It's all health-based, I'm afraid to say. I'm just going to tell you what's going on. So, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you would know that back in 2016 to 2018, I had an ostomy bag. Well, I have it again. Yes, I have an ostomy bag again. But here's the reason why. I'm not going to show it because it's clear. It's like a bag, a high output bag, and you don't really need to see the ostomy bag. Again, if you've seen my videos, you would know what they look like. My bag does make an appearance. It's something that's not going to be with me for the rest of my life. Hopefully it'll be with me for about 6 months. That's what the doctor says, but I don't think so. I'm still on the fence. Sorry, I had a cup of tea earlier. Anyway, so, that's probably what you're asking, how the hell did this happen? Well, let's go back to the 4th of December, where I had experienced the most scariest moment of my life. Now, if you know Australia, it gets hot in December, February, and January. Maybe a little bit of March, but not all that often. In fact, now I'm just looking at my laptop, and it's now 24 degrees Celsius outside. You can convert that into Fahrenheit if you guys want to, but that is summer. Excuse me. On this particular day, I got asked to play The Grinch in Culture Break's production of The Grinch. Now, this wasn't a traditional musical. I think I've made it perfectly clear that Culture Break does not do musicals first. They are a dance company first. And music company as well. Well, when I say music company, I mean they don't make music or do dances. They teach dance classes, yes. And they teach music classes to young people of Canberra, is what I'm asking, is what I'm saying. Sorry if I look hanged on. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, which is kind of hard when you're fresh out of hospital. Well, I'm not fresh out of hospital. I think I got out, when did I get out? Let's see, a week. Yeah, I got out a week ago. So, yeah, by the way, I know I would normally do takes, but I want to give you guys a raw video where it's just me talking in front of a camera. This is how I do my update videos. It's just me, one take. Anyway, so on this particular day, I got heat exhaustion. And it was one of the scariest moments of my life. So what happened was I was backstage getting ready to do a scene when all of a sudden I sat down and I felt like I was going to faint. Now you're probably wondering, how did that happen? Well, I'll put this into perspective. I have my costume, right? I was wearing clothes underneath, which is a terrible idea. But the real reason I wore a shirt is because if I didn't wear a shirt, A, the costume would itch. I believed. I was scared about that happening. Because for some reason, whenever I try on a new costume, it always itches. And I don't know why. And two, it would see my collarbone. So people could tell that I was not wearing a shirt. And I didn't want that to happen, so I just put a shirt underneath. It wasn't like a turtleneck, it was just like a t-shirt. And tracksuit pants, because at the time, it wasn't that hot to wear shorts, I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong. But very few people were wearing shorts. And I was wearing, and this must have been what done it, I was also wearing these big furry green pants, which is another reason why I had to wear tracksuit pants. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. I got a notification that I have to look. I'll get to that in a minute. I was wearing furry green pants, which were really, really big and really, really furry. They were going to sweat my lower side. And a Santa t-shirt. A Santa shirt with, like, long arms. But it was really thin. Makeup, obviously. And because the Grinch has a distinct belly, and I was not gaining any weight, keep in mind, I was down to 51 kilos. Not much has changed. I'll be completely honest. I had to stick a pillow under that. That must have been what done it for me. The next thing I know, we had to stop the show because our Cindy Lou didn't show up on cue. These things happen, an actor doesn't show up for their cue, mistakes are made. We're not robots, okay? We're human. And this was her first production, so I don't really blame her. So, you can't really blame her if it's your first time. I mean, let's be real. And showstops, and fun fact, showstops happen for a myriad of reasons, even in professional shows. I think, I was watching, I'm going to give a shout out to a YouTuber that I discovered recently called Mickey Joe Theatre. And he is this awesome guy who is obsessed with all things theatre, and I love his catchphrase. It's so cute. Every time he starts a video, it's, oh my god, hey! I use that sometimes in the theatre group that I'm in, which I'm not going to give out. But it's like a community theatre thing that you audition for. Anyway, so we have, and I have this friend, and every time I introduce, I go, oh my god, hey! That's what I do sometimes, and it's been a while since, because we were in lockdown in October. The ACT went into lockdown, and so when we saw each other, and I didn't know how to react, so I just went, oh my god, hey! And yeah, it was really funny. So check out Mickey Joe Theatre. He is awesome. Anyway, so, and he went to Phantom of the Opera, and they had to stop the show because of a set thing. So even the slightest thing, as a piece of set, can stop the show. Anyway, so we get to the show stop. Our MC/narrator calls for an intermission, and this is where things start going downhill. I started feeling sick, and then I started gagging, and then bleh. Yep, vomit right into the grass. Thank God I was outside. Anyways, and then I have some of the teachers in culture break going, are you alright? Are you alright? And next thing I know, I'm sitting down, someone's grabbing me water trying to cool me down. Next thing I know, I'm getting lifted up and walked over, semi-conscious, to a room. I'm surprised that I could still walk. That I could still walk after that heat. It was getting so bad, and I was sweating so much and heavy breathing, and I was not thinking. I was close to unconsciousness. Next thing I know, I'm flat on a couch, lying down, and I'm frantically getting the clothes ripped off me, and everyone's telling me what's going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. The whole room is just like going crazy, and I'm standing there, almost out of breath, slurring my speech. That's an interesting thing about heat stroke. Or, not heat stroke. I don't really know what it was. That's the interesting thing about heat exhaustion. It got so bad to the point where I was slurring my speech a little bit. So, and I wanted to get better as soon as possible because I didn't want to miss the show. I didn't want to back out of playing the Grinch. But, I sort of had an inkling as well that something wasn't right. And I couldn't do the show. So what they had to do was, I had to ultimately face that I couldn't go back on stage. So they called my mum, and I got sent home. Now, the funniest thing is that I recently got my Ps, so I'm a provisional driver. I essentially have my driver's license. So, I drove there on my own. So, when you have your own vehicle, there is the dilemma of how exactly you get yourself home in that situation. But thankfully we had one of the teachers drive my car back to my place. And yeah, it was all well from there. Or so I thought. And I thought there was just one thing. Okay, you know, I had this heat stroke. Give me a couple of days and I'll be fine. Sunday roll around. I had to miss a rehearsal for the production of Grease that I'm in. It's the local Canberra thing, not a professional thing. And something happened. Something that I could not for the life of me figure out why. I couldn't poop. I'm not making this up. I couldn't poop. Seriously, I try and all that would come out was just a red pigment, and that was the only time that I would poop. Now I'm getting worried. Because I'm like, what the hell is going on? Should I go to the hospital? I made that decision to go to the hospital on the Tuesday. Because on the Monday, I thought, well, maybe I'll improve. Monday night rolls around, and I'm still worse. So, made the decision to go to the hospital. Ended up going in emergency and accidents. Could barely walk. I couldn't walk. Barely. So they gave me a wheelchair instead. And I was rolled down to the hospital. I already knew my fate. I was being admitted. What I didn't know at the time was what they would do to me next. Now, this is how I got the ostomy. So I'm lying in emergencies, in accidents and emergency, you know, trying to get better and all that crap. Getting a drip, trying to get fluids into me. I think that's what was happening when I was in there. I could be wrong. No, wait, no, it was no, they didn't pump fluids. Maybe they did. I don't know. Anyway, not about the fluids. I then get told that I had to get a CT scan. Now, I had a medical procedure, just like a regular colonoscopy check. They did mention a CT scan to check if everything, but I thought, oh, it's probably not going to show anything because my bowels are working fine and all that stuff. I don't know what they're going to show on the scan or anything like that, but they might show something. Anyway, but we kind of forgot to book it, so that was a spark of genius, I guess. It wasn't like a vital thing. It wasn't like you have X amount of time to do it and all that stuff. But it was something at the back of my mind. Anyway, so I go in for the CT scan. I have to lie down flat, which is something that I normally don't like to do. I'll be honest with you, I like to lie on an angle. Not like a full, not like diagonal, although in this case, with the ostomy bag, maybe I might consider that. I don't know, I'll have to talk to my stomach nurse about that. Anyone with an ostomy bag out there, I know a lot of people with ostomies watch my videos. For some reason, my ostomy videos are very popular. Definitely talk to your stomach nurse about how the best way is to sleep. When you first get the ostomy bag, that's probably my advice, I guess, if you're struggling with that. But, yeah. Anyway, so, I was there with my mum because I can't be in the hospital on my own, because most of the time, I don't understand medical shit. I'll be honest with you. Anyway, so, I go to the CT scan, and they find a blockage. A blockage in my bowels. But not only that, it was dead bowel. I start panicking because I'm like, what? How can this happen? And it turns out my ileostomy, or maybe my stoma reversal, one of the two, left some scar tissue that blocked and killed the bowel. Luckily, it was only 40 centimeters, I think. 40 centimeters or millimeters. I have no clue. It was a very small amount. But unfortunately, if I left it any sooner, I would be dead. So I immediately had to go into emergency surgery. Now, I was scared because I sort of didn't go nil by mouth long enough for an emergency surgery. Okay, maybe I kind of did with the test. They wanted to wait for the test results and me going nil by mouth just in case I had to have surgery. So I couldn't drink and I couldn't eat for that time. They didn't mention surgery at the time, but I knew what they meant when they said, we're going to wait by nil by mouth for the results. And I thought, oh, crap. Anyway, so they said there was a very good chance that I was going to die if I left it. So I had to sign a bunch of forms, give consent. Next thing I know, I'm being wheeled down to the operating room. Mum was there. She was fine. And then she got the word to go home. That's when I knew something was wrong. And it was shock horror to say that there was a very good chance that I wasn't going to make it. Well, joke's on them, because I made it. So yeah, I woke up and I was in the recovery ward. It was nighttime, which I still find weird because we started in broad daylight and then straight into night. How this happens, I have no clue. But I guess that's how long the surgery took. Now, you think my problems would be over by then, but no. So I woke up to see my dad and my mum there, and they said, you have an ostomy bag. Naturally, because it's a second ostomy bag, I was furious. Because last time, it was horrible for me. I couldn't really deal with it. Maybe it's because I was a teenager going through hormones or anything, but it was a really, really horrible experience. And I was like, shit, I have to go through that again and all that, and I was like, oh, fine. But I think now that I've grown up, I've sort of expected it was going to happen. And the funniest thing is, like, when you grow up and you live through that, the more you appreciate your life. So, and the more you grow up, you realize these things were going to happen. So that sort of settled me down a little bit, in terms of anger. Like, yeah, I'm mad that I have to do this again, but I understood going into it that there was a chance. But they wouldn't let me leave right away because of my heart rate. It took me until after midnight, or close to midnight, one of the two, before I was allowed to leave. Because my heart rate was a little bit high. My heart rate is usually a bit high, out of whack, but it's normally a sign when I'm in pain. So I think at that point I was in so much pain. It wasn't like a dangerous heart rate, like I wasn't going to die or have heart palpitations, but no, it was just high. And I couldn't leave. Thankfully, when I got rolled out, didn't sleep. I was on my own. And I felt like no one was listening to me. Well, actually, no, that's a bit of a lie. Maybe they couldn't understand me. I don't blame them, to be honest. Because I could have explained it a lot clearer. Anyway, no, I was just mad that I was alone. So anyway, next morning, Mum showed up. And she ended up being my roommate. So I was happy to have my mum with me again. And, yeah. That's my hospital journey. The rest of my hospital journey was pretty uneventful, to be honest. No, it was just a classic, get out of surgery, wait, start on a small diet, do physical therapy and all that crap. I did have to get my drips taken out and do Clexane injections, just to stop my blood from thinning, but other than that, it was pretty uneventful. Much of the same, really. other than, because of COVID, I was only allowed 2 visitors. So the only visitors that I would usually get were my dad and my sister. That was it. So those were the only 2 visitors that we have. Lots of people, normally some people wouldn't come because they're getting ready for the holidays and all that stuff. But it was fine. It was fine. I definitely managed hospital a lot better now. I mean, hey, the food was okay. And, some of the nurses in there were pretty good. I don't want to say that. But, yeah, it was pretty uneventful. And I stayed there for about a week and a day. Getting used to the bag and all that stuff. The coolest thing, and I wish I had this back when I was in Sydney, instead of just a straight up bag, I had, it was attached to a drainage bag because the bag that I'm wearing doesn't have like the little foldy things. It's a tube. Well, when I say it's a tube, it's not like a long tube. It's more like a little stopper thing that you just pull, and it's easy to empty the bag. And I love it. I love the bags that are easy to empty. Not the ones with the little foldy flaps on them, because they're a pain in the ass. And I don't like them. So I definitely rather the tubey ones. It was connected to a tube, so I didn't have to worry about emptying it, which is really good because I had so much anxiety over the leaks in the night. Thankfully, my sleeping got better, I guess. I mean, I managed to wake up at 6 a.m. That was pretty cool. Not really. And that was the thing, I've never been able to wake up. Hence why I'm still very sleepy. I'm probably gonna lie down and take a nap after this. And then the bag wasn't too bad now. I thought the bag would be terrible, and I'd have all the same problems because of my last stoma, but no, I rarely had the problems that I had last time. In fact, now, the bag is a little bit more easier. The only problem that I have is not really much of an annoyance, but it is sort of one that I'm concerned about, and that is still being formed around the stoma. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but the stool gets so thick that it gets stuck around my stoma, and I have to physically push on it to get rid of it. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's really good, to be honest. Definitely going to consult my stoma nurse about that. I'm still going to do it, because it's pretty scary, and it's pretty annoying. I'm not going to lie. So, after a while, and of recovery, I was able to go home and rest. And that's the first thing I immediately did, was go home, get in bed, and rest. Probably the best thing for me. And then met with the stoma nurse, set everything up, didn't change my bag, because they didn't see any reason to. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So, what does this mean now? I'm back home, I'm resting still, my body's still not 100%. I had the surgery 2 weeks ago now, almost 3 weeks ago. This coming Tuesday, it will be 3 weeks. And this Saturday, it will be a month. No, wait, no, it'll be, how many Saturdays away? Let me check. No, this Friday it'll be, no, wait, no, it's not next Friday. Friday after it will be a month. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So what does this mean for the channel? The channel will be a little bit different now. I'm gonna hold off uploads until maybe the start of 2022, because I have a Games Court episode in mind that I want to do as an intro to 2022, and I want to spend time working on that. But more than anything, this break is to recover still. I know you guys are pissed off at me. Well, I don't know if you guys are pissed off at me. I know some of you guys might be a little bit angry because I don't post regularly. Again, guys, let me tell you, I'm not doing this for a job. I'm doing this as a hobby. But it's a really fun hobby. I love exploring creative ventures, and, you know, I just love it. But along with that comes complications. For example, I recently got a TV. Yeah, I got a new TV that got handed down from my family. My family got a new TV, so they gave me the other one that was upstairs. It doesn't have AV. So what I had to do was I had to purchase an AV to HDMI converter, and it works miracles. It works well. So I have the idea to do a Gamescore episode to celebrate. And then this has been an episode that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've been waiting to complete the game by myself before I would consider it for a review. And based on what I played, it's perfect. Now, I'm going to throw in a little bit of a teaser and sing a little bit so you guys can have a bit of my singing voice, because I'm a bit of a singer as well. And I want you guys to guess in the comments which video it is. If you guys want to leave a comment saying, oh, I feel sorry for your ostomy bag, please, as much as I appreciate it, please refrain. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. But if you're welcome to do that, go right ahead. You're welcome. Anyway, so I'm gonna sing music from the song, music from the game. It's based off a movie, and you guys have to guess what it is in the comments. I won't tell you, and you're not allowed to spoil. I mean, sorry guys, I'm just tired. You're allowed to guess, but you're not allowed. But you can't say, oh, this. But you can't guarantee it. You can't guarantee it because I may change my mind. So here we go. Da 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 da. My voice is pretty much. Okay. Let me try singing it up the octave. Da 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 dum da 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 dum 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 dum. Yeah, so that's some falsetto for you. Can you guess what it is? But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's pretty long. I'm sorry. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. We just hit 143 subscribers. 143 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. It's a crazy milestone. And I'm just thankful for all my subscribers and super grateful. And I'm thankful for all of you guys. If this is the first time you've come to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, I'd like to say I'm very, very grateful for you. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and hit subscribe and turn on channel post notifications so you never miss an upload when I do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.